BpsRps, we're live 9/19/21, so the 19th, wrapping up the weekend. It's Sunday night baseball, probably the Yankees, Red Sox, right? Like always. Seems like they're always playing every Sunday night on ESPN. It's like we don't have a say in who's playing. So hopefully guys are enjoying the game. King M, just talk about ESPN. Is it Red Sox Yankees? Are they playing now? Sunday night? Gotchas. I know who's playing. Phillies up 1-0, beating up on the New York Mets. I say it like it's like 10-0, but 1-0. JT Realmuto, their 265 hitting cleanup person, drove in Bryce Harper, MVP candidate right now. He's got to win the MVP. Did you see Tatis's error tonight? And then last night, Mikado went at him. That was pretty badass of Mikado. Went right at him. Said it's not about you, it's about the team. And the Phillies have a better record than the Padres. BcIB, best catcher in baseball in Philadelphia. You know my feelings on him. He's a good player, good complimentary player. But hey, you know what? If it gets us a parade, it might actually be. You're right. Marchand can hit that kid. A couple more years when he develops some power. A lot of fantasy football. What am I saying? A lot of playoffs are in the mist right now. Hope everybody's doing well. The ones I'm in, I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what happened today in baseball. Denny McLain, 1968. He won his 31st game. I think that's the most games won by a pitcher since then. Like at that point, that's amazing. I think the next highest was 27. I think was Bob Welch. I think it was 87. Frank Robinson in 1973 had hit his first home run in Arlington Stadium when he was with the California Angels. They were called California Angels. At one point, it was the 32nd ballpark he homered in. And in 1973, they didn't have 30 teams like they do now. They might have like 24. So that's pretty impressive. Pete Rose in the 84, he might have been playing for the Expos at the time. He hit the 100-hit plateau for the 22nd consecutive year. Frankie was definitely underrated. Awesome player. Think about that, 100 hits for 22 straight years. That's pretty amazing. Tom Glavin was the first National League pitcher in 93 to win 20 games at 3 straight years, since Fergie Jenkins did back in 73. McGwire hit his 54th home run. Wow, in 97, he was the first player ever to hit 20 or more home runs for 2 teams in the same season. He was traded midway through 97 from Oakland to St. Louis for Ryan Ludwig, Blake Stein, and a third player. Don't remember that third player's name. None of them panned out. And Alex Rodriguez, today in 1998, he became the third player to have a 40-40 season. Of course, we all know who was first. Our hero inspiration, Jose Canseco. A-Rod, he always wanted to be Jose, didn't he? Couldn't just like set his own standard. He had to follow in Jose's footsteps. Jim Abbott was born today in 1967. Nick Johnson, if you guys remember him, no relation to Randy. 1978, he was a high on-base percentage first baseman, hot prospect for the Yankees. He was also Larry Bowa's nephew, Nick Johnson. Never quite panned out. Now, I'm just looking up a little bit about Frank Robinson. 586 home runs, 1,812 RBIs. Wow, yo, he had a 294 career average, 389 on base. That's pretty impressive. He had 49 home runs one year, 33, 39, 37, 36, 38. Well, his rookie year, he had 36. Unless the Redlegs were considered Cincinnati, maybe they changed their name. 38 would have been his rookie season. Pretty impressive. Good call, Mike. Great call. So let's see what we got here. We got a bunt. Don Mattingly. It's a little bunt. Rob, if you're watching, Rob, see there's a little thing on the back. You can put it like on your lapel. Like if you got to go to work or something, you have to dress up. You can put on a lapel. Instead of having the company pin, you have Don Mattingly. You tell them that'll let them know that you mean business. Ben Ogilvy. Ben Ogilvy led the league in home runs in 1980. Power hitter for the Brewers. And then Kirk Gibson. We all know Kirk Gibson is one of our mortal enemies. But Kurt, if you're watching, I want to send this to you. And same thing like Rob could do with Don Mattingly. You could do this with Kirk Gibson. You put him in the lapel. Really cool. Victory 03. Mike's claiming Gibson. You'll get it. Sorry, Kurt. Oh, these are those cool cards. They look like playing cards. Donata. Andrew Jones. We went over him before. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. Great player. Not a Hall of Famer. Hall of Very Good. Hey Tejada. Miguel Tejada. MVP. Part of the Mitchell reports. That word user. Carlos Beltran. He was one of the orchestrators, I believe, with the Houston Astros cheating scandal. He was a good player. Like he put up he filled up a box score. Phil Nevin, he was taking over Derek Jeter in that draft, if I remember. First pick overall. This kid Tyler used to play with the Rockies. He now plays with the Orioles. Phil Nevin, he never quite panned out. This is a solid hit right here, and it tells you so. Ken Griffey Jr., solid hits. No pun intended. I guess it's an insert set. Pretty sharp. Another Brave, Greg Maddux. Look at him. He's rocking the old school jersey. One of the greatest pitchers of our time, quite possibly ever. The professor, as he liked to be called. And then the rule book. Not the Major League rule book. That would probably need about 9,000 cards to put the Major League rule book on. It's the rule book of the game, the victory game. It's information play card, it says. We're going to go with Donruss. I have no idea what year this is. I have a feeling it's the Reds, which I think were 90. Wish Obi was here. He would be able to tell us more about the card just from looking at the outside of the pack. He's our Donruss pack specialist. I'm not too bad myself. They are the Reds. See? Puzzle piece for Carl Yastrzemski. It says his name right there, so you can't deny it unless it's Carl Crawford. They're not going to make a Donruss puzzle of Carl Crawford. Nolan Ryan, Diamond King. Look at that. Nolan Ryan. I was watching the Mets, the miniseries. I'm halfway through the fourth and final episode. They talked about Mike Scott really scuffing the ball, and he almost single-handedly beat them in the 86 championship series. They were so scared to face him in Game 7. They showed scuffed balls from the game, and The umps let it go. Todd Worrell, he was the 86 Rookie of the Year in the National League. He didn't win it for the American League because Jose Canseco did. Nobody else ever can say that. Bob Boone, he was a veteran catcher for the Phillies. In '80, he was a veteran as one of their World Series championship players. He's a veteran 10 years later with the Royals, who the Phillies beat in that World Series. Trader. Cal Ripken, we all know the most selfish baseball player, possibly sports player ever. Steve Wilson, Jody Reed. What do you say about these guys? Jobbers. I think Jody Reed, I think he's an announcer now for New England Sports Network, NESN. Rich Gedman, he had a good 86, I think it was World Series against the Mets, I think. Rich Gedman, he was an okay catcher, had some good years. Dave Justice, Old Man Justice. Rookie card. Oh boy. Dave Justice, he was a great player. Was married to Holly Berry, but that was like the 20th best thing he ever accomplished in life. Tells you how great of a life he got. Gerald Clark, Will Clark's brother. See the resemblance? He had the same sweet left-handed swing as his brother Will. Bob Tewksbury, Rob Murphy. Jobbers. Commons. Scrubs. Alejandro Pena, John Wetterland. He was a good closer. I think he was an expo. But I mean, who really cares about a closer card 30 years later? But the next three cards are pretty cool. Gerald Young, he was a fast, good leadoff hitter. Bob Welch, we talked about him. No, he didn't win 27 games in 87. Maybe in 90, he won the 27 games. And Paul Molitor, he was a great player. MVP of the 93 World Series when they beat the Oakland A's, if you remember that. Always a good time. I mean, the Phillies. The A's didn't even sniff the playoffs in 93, I don't think. Allen and Getter, Super Bowl. I saw the Eagles lost today. And I saw Carson Wentz got hurt again. Surprised he lasted that long in the game. Justin Verlander, Clayton Kershaw, two of the greatest pitchers of our time, back to back. Julio Urias, who one of the greatest pitchers of this season. He's having a great year. He's a good player. Nate Pearson, rookie card. Is he ever going to put it together? He can hit 100 miles an hour. He's got to stay healthy. He's turning into Carson Wentz. Green Wing of McCall. Look how colorful that bird is. Pretty cool. Should be a mascot. Pretty cool. I like to put this on my shoulder. Like a pirate now. Another Brave, Chipper Jones. It's like Braves night here. Hope he's getting all the scores. Good player though. And then a anti-theft deterrent device, which we know Scott collects these. I don't know why, but hey, I don't question too many people. You PC what you like. Final pack, Allen and Getter. I'm like almost really bored of them. They're cute like the first 1,000 times you open them, but after a while it's like Cody Bellinger. Yo, they should cut him. I'm glad I traded King and Hanley Ramirez I got Hanley Ramirez. He got Bellinger. Hanley's out of baseball, but this year I still did better than he did with the trade because Bellinger's batting like 150. He's hurting his average. See? I mean, I gave up his MVP season, but I knew in the long run it would work out for me. Two more Braves, Eddie Matthews and Greg Maddux again. Great third baseman, Eddie Matthews, top 10, I think, all time. Might even get closer, like 6 or 7, if I dig deep into the numbers, but I'm not going to do that. Greg Maddux, the professor, again, awesome player. Johnny Bench, the week Salvador Perez broke his record for most home runs in a season by a catcher. We get his mini card. I guess he's relegated to mini now since Sal Perez overtook him. And Alex Rodriguez, historical hits. It's a nice piece. I like this subset. They look pretty cool. He had a historical hit 2015. What was that all about? Oh, his 661st home run to get the 4th place on the career list. May 7th, 2015. Wonder how he hit that many home runs. Speaking of hitting a lot of home runs, but this guy did it naturally. Hank Aaron. Yet another Brave. I don't know what the thing is with the Braves tonight. This is like some cosmic wizardry. You know what I do? All right, trivia. Bo Jackson, 87 tops. Rub off, Griffey, Galaxy, bunch of Griffies, Harper, Tatis, and Bon Hayes, 541. How many home runs did Hank Aaron hit in his career? That'll be the trivia question tonight. Number of home runs Hank Aaron hit in his career. So that's all I got tonight, fellas. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Have a good Monday tomorrow. And enjoy the rest of the night. You guys keep watching. I'll keep ripping. Have a good night.